I'm Barb Sexton, VP of Partner Development for Corporate Services here at OMNIA Partners.
My name is Tim Holland. I am the Senior Director of what we call Contingent Workforce Solutions. The top issue that almost every discussion I start with one of our members is we don't have enough candidates. That lack of candidates is causing them significant revenues, right, and significant pains. Many companies over COVID reduced their HR departments and their recruiting departments, and so they became very streamlined during COVID. They did not bounce back as far as size and scope for most organizations or entities. The common theme across any organization or company is short staff, wage pressures. In particular, also as part of our portfolio, what's really critical is we hear, because we're such short staffed, because the wages are so rapidly increasing, we cannot afford to lose candidates when we do find them. In almost all cases, their number one or number two, or at worst, usually number three, biggest cost is labor, whether that's contingent labor, whether that's their own employees. And
Absolutely.
So it is the most critical thing for most organizations. It is a big opportunity for procurement organizations
Across all industries.
Across all industries, public, private, whatever kind of company you're in. It's probably one of the biggest areas that you can impact your organization, especially now during a perceived recession, is that these are numbers that are big. If you stack rank them in your data set and your spend cubes for what your organization spends money on, you're going to find that labor is going to rank again 1, 2, or 3. And so the impact of that and the impact of you saying, you know what, we may not have had a great and significant relationship with our own HR departments. We don't know how to communicate that. What can we share with them that would allow us to in effect affect what they do and to save the organization money? To help our members of our organization understand what the landscape is of the marketplace, help them identify solutions available to them through us and in the marketplace, best-in-class practices, and similar themes that we can bring that rich level of detail experience to our members, as well as there's really no organization in the country that has the wealth of information and data that as an organization that we see, and we're able to utilize that information to help our members make the right choices, especially when it comes to contingent labor, which is a very complex and emotional category for most companies.
You bring the assistance, the guidance to our member and agency participants to navigate through what a good staffing solution would be. So it's not necessarily which supplier, but really taking best in class. What are you doing today? And what does best in class look like? So not necessarily selecting a supplier, but really road mapping out the types of solutions that will meet that need. And I think that's the value and the benefit that Tim Holland and our other subject matter experts across our portfolio and across our organization bring to bear, is really that consultative approach of how to assess the category before you truly assess the supplier.
So it helps us to validate when we hear numbers that come out by the Bureau of Labor Statistics or by the government release of unemployment rates and so forth, and labor participation rates. So what we are able to do by having all this data, by digesting all these things, and by being able to provide counsel to our members is, again, help them bridge a communication gap, help them also understand the impact. the impact to their organization. So, we talk about this often. There's other categories that they could potentially look at. A procurement organization could look at their energy spend, their office spend, their travel spend, their whatever other categories it is. Our organization represents to our members a real wealth of data, and again, I mentioned earlier best-in-class practices. So what that means is that we offer to the marketplace, to our membership, a myriad of solutions that involve labor, right? Contingent labor, or employee labor, so both labor types, and it's across our membership, and our offering and our expertise really isn't limited to an industry. It's not limited to a sector. It's not a discussion about, oh, I'm a public entity, or I'm a corporation, or I'm not for profit. What we offer is holistically information and guidance to help any of those organizations, wherever they are, to best understand the labor market, to best identify the right solutions for their needs. We do professional whiteboarding with our membership. That is a consultative session with your constituents to bring to bear all the resources that we have available and to bring all our expertise to the table in a very objective and standardized process that is no cost. So the best way to really to get any of this started or to reach me and access our resources as an organization is to access our website.
Via our website, you can get a hold of your OMNIA Partners representative, or feel free to schedule some time with Tim to talk through your contingent workforce strategy.